of FFA members from Salem High School here during FFA Week and FFA Day on KSMO Radio. Most folks are already aware because Stan's mentioned it many times that I am Bob Parsons. Spent a little time over at Salem High School, about 41 years, and so have just a little bit of experience of what these guys are going to be talking about. But they've got new experiences since I retired years ago. I have 5 illustrious young FFA members with me, and I'm going to ask them each to introduce themselves. If they would, tell you a little bit about themselves. But before we do that, this would not be possible to air on KSMO and over KSMO Media if it wasn't for the many sponsors in this community that support agriculture education and FFA. So I'm going to ask Hannah, one of our members here in this first group, if she would read through the list of sponsors here as we begin this segment. Hannah?
Robert and Judson's Lumber Company, Dent County Farm Supply, Town and Country Bank, Intercounty Electric Corporation, Guard Truck and Equipment, Salem Memorial Hospital, Hubs Tire Center, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Salem Memorial Family Medical Clinic.
All right, very good, Hannah, and thank you. Well, I've already kind of introduced her, but now I'm going to ask them just to all start. And one thing you want to keep in mind, too, as we go along, folks, is anytime you want to contribute something, feel free to just kind of lean forward just a little bit towards that microphone, and we'll know that you're wanting to share some information and some of your thoughts and feelings. So if you would, introduce yourself. We're going to start with the young lady, with Hannah, and if you would start, please, and a little bit about yourself, grade in school, that kind of information.
My name is Hannah Siggety. I've been in FFA for 2 years now. I am in 12th grade, and I own my own business.
And we're going to learn more about that as we go along. Sure. Okay. Billy?
My name is Billy McDonald. I'm a senior in FFA, and I've been in FFA 3 out of 4 years, and right now I'm just working on family farm.
Got you. Okay.
My name is Nathan Earl. I've been in FFA for 3 years now. I am the chapter treasurer, and I'm in 11th grade.
Very good.
My name is Dominic Berry. I've been in FFA 3 years now.
Okay.
My name is Jaron Griffith, and I've been in FFA for 3 years and since freshman year. And I help my dad work on his business.
Okay. And I spent a little time over in the high school the fall of 21, and 3 of these folks were actually in class that I had the good fortune to teach, and they were in ag science 1 at the time, and they're still in ag, so maybe at least I didn't run them off. I feel pretty good about that. If you would, I'd like to know why you decided to enroll in ag education and why you became an FFA member. And it doesn't matter who starts.
I enrolled into ag because my cousins talked me into it. My sister was in it, and they said that it's a good thing to join, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I've gotten this far to where I'm now an officer, and I love it.
Obviously a good choice. It's a good fit. Okay? Someone else.
I decided to enroll with ag education because it was one of the only other classes that the school offered that I actually enjoy. People that get to have the same interests as me, and I get to talk shop with a lot of different people that actually understands and gets it.
Okay.
I got in FFA because I thought it would be a good experience, good life experience, and I just told it it'd be fun, and so far it has been.
We're good.
Good.
I joined Ag FFA for sort of the same reason as Dominic, because I was told it was fun, and it truly has been, and I recommend it to anyone that's coming into high school as a freshman next year.
Okay.
I joined because at my old school we didn't have it, so I didn't know much about it. But when I got here, I saw it, and I was like, I think that's what I want to do. I enjoy the outside, I enjoy working, and I want to see what it's all about.
All right, good. And I heard the word fun a number of times there. When you say that, what do you mean? I mean, do you just goof off all the time and just joke and kid around and, tell jokes and not do anything? Or, well, now I see one smiling. Billy, go ahead.
We don't always there is a little bit of joking around. It's a very relaxed class to be in, and the work that you do is fun to do. It's not, well, freshman year was pretty fun, but the work there, you really learn a lot about agriculture, and if that's what you want to do, like, it's just a good class.
So it almost sounds like the word fun would be synonymous with enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right, getting agreement. Basically, all five heads are nodding. Yeah, that's basically what we're saying. While you've been in ag education, FFA, what has been your favorite activity?
I'd say my favorite activity is drive your tractor to school day during FFA week. It's it's awesome. You can drive down the road and on a little backhoe and don't get in trouble. Get so many waves and smiles from little kids and everybody, and also got people honking their horn at you. Move out of the road, but just smile and wave. That's all you can do.
And there were a number of tractors and the one little backhoe that made it to school Wednesday of this past week.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I think I saw pictures of about 8 of them, and so that's a good turnout. It really is, because it's a lot of effort. Really, folks need to realize it takes a lot of effort to get those in here, and it's cold in the morning, even though the days are warming up. The drive home, I'm sure, is a little more enjoyable than the drive into school. Okay, someone else. Nathan?
I would say my favorite activity is National FFA Convention, because you meet all new people, you learn a whole bunch of things about FFA that you might not have known, and you get to travel up to Indianapolis, which is fun. You get to see a new city that some people might not see, and I encourage everybody that can do it to go up there.
Yeah, National Convention is a real highlight of an FFA experience here. Exactly right. All right, someone else? An activity you really enjoyed?
For me, it's hard to pinpoint a certain activity. I've enjoyed every single one, like all the little ones to the big ones that I've been in, but there was, I think what it was called. I can't think of it.
Well, that's really, I guess, what I'm wanting you to kind of do is mention some of those activities, and if you can give a little explanation of what they're about. I know this week you had lots of activities going on as part of National FFA Week, and even something today that if somebody really has a good, it was kind of explained to me, and I'm going, I don't understand this. How does rock, paper, scissors work into this deal today? And so
it's the beads deal where you challenge someone that has beads to rock, paper, scissors, and you win, you get their beads, and then they're out. No matter how many beads they have 4 or 5, whatever. And if you have 5 or more, you can challenge a teacher, and I think you get like the extra amount of beads with that or whatever.
and the beads these are Mardi Gras beads. And they were, in fact, I saw Nathan coming in with a whole armful of them. I don't know whether he had swiped them or was giving them out or what his role was, but he had a bunch of them on his arm. But anyway, that's something that's kind of unique and different, and just put a little interest on the day, I guess, in something a bit different. All right, anybody else got a different activity they want to tell anything about?
For me, it's just like FFA to me, it's kind of like a closer community and family, and I just like going out with friends and doing the things that we do. Like some days, I can't remember exactly, but I know there was a bad storm last year, and we went out and helped those people picked up. I really enjoyed that, helping and giving back to the community.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dominic, because I hadn't thought about that, but I believe that was when tornado went through, touched down on
Tracy Strange's
yes,
place.
Nathan, exactly right, and down in the turtle community, and I know several FFA members went down there and helped. Tracy at the time was resource officer at school, and she's also in charge of the FFA alumni, and so it was quite a good deal, and like Dominic said, enjoyable, and you felt like you were really contributing to help somebody out, because she had a lot of damage and junk and debris spread all over her farm there, so that's a good deal. All right, good. I'm glad you brought that one up. Very good. Anyone else?
I would say my favorite activity would probably be just the entitled of the whole FFA week. There's so many things that we do just in FFA that I can't say what is the best that we do and what I like the most.
Okay, what else going on this week? We just hit today, and we've hit Wednesday was Tractor Day. Dominic?
We had like a Stanley Cup day and wear camouflage, and today was a official dress day, like Nathan is wearing.
Mm-hmm. And was there a field trip?
Yeah, we went to
Guard truck and
Guard
equipment.
Truck and Equipment and toured there. I think there was 2 sets of people that went.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they took over 50 people.
I had heard that in the conversation this morning before we come over, that there was about 50 that went over yesterday. So something a little different, but get to see, visit an agribusiness, new business in Phelps County, and actually probably crossed paths with a former FFA member over there. Did any of you go? Okay, I'm sorry that you didn't get to. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, I guess. But I know there's a former FFA member that's I think in charge of the ag division over there. What has been to this, as you've come through ag and when you started in ag and FFA, and I say ag education, and then we say FFA, and sometimes folks that might be watching this presentation for the first time might be wondering, well, we don't understand. You talk about ag ed one moment, and then you were switching to FFA. So, what's the difference? Can any of you really explain the difference and the how that all works?
Ag education is like the class you take physically in the school. And FFA, it ties right in with ag, but it's also more after school stuff.
It's the student organization, isn't it, that you guys, and you have the option to be a member of that. It's not required, but most ag ed students do join FFA. I want to make sure that we kind of made sure that folks understood there is a difference, but sometimes you can't separate them at all. They're right there together, and then sometimes there's the classwork. If you're working on welding in the shop, that's obviously not FFA, but you're probably going to have something involving FFA that same day as part of that classwork. So it's it's very difficult to separate them out. As when you came into ag, and now as you've worked your way through an ag education, FFA, what did you find to be the most difficult part of it?
Learning the FFA creed.
Okay. Anybody else feel that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
I still, if you ask me to state it, I'll state the first 2 words. That's it. I still don't remember it.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to learn. Yeah.
For me, it was managing my record book, keeping track of my expenses, but that really helped me for later on in life when I have to manage more of that.
Good point, Dominic. Yeah, that is a difficult one for everybody, the record keeping. But you're going to be keeping records your entire life. Yeah, you will. And this is tax season, and of course, nothing else. You've got to keep some record for tax purposes. Anything else that you found challenging or difficult? I got to keep track of our time because I know these guys don't want to miss their next class, so I've got to get them out of here in time to get them back and get the next group over. Let's move to talking about what we call them career development events. Way back in the day when I started teaching, they were contest teams. There was livestock judging, there was dairy judging, agricultural mechanics, and a few more. I can count on. I've got extra fingers if I try to count the contest teams that were conducted when I started teaching. Now it takes both hands and another hand or two. They've really proliferated, so to speak, as we've covered more agricultural areas, more agricultural disciplines. Anyway, have any of you been involved in contest teams? We call them career development events now. That's a more accurate term because they do develop skills that can lead in a student that can lead to a career. So we don't have anybody in this group that's been on a...
I did.
Okay, Jaron, I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
did poultry judging,
Right?
and it was a pretty good experience. I mean, you had to tell whether or not it was processed or it was just fresh, straight chicken, or which one was deformed, or which egg had an embryo in it. And it was a very learning experience.
Good learning
I learned
experience.
a lot of stuff
Sure.
doing that. I didn't do so well, but I got to learn a lot.
Yeah. And not necessarily going to enter the poultry industry, but the one thing that all of them have in common is that you have to develop some self-discipline to work in that particular career development event, to develop your pool of knowledge to be able to be competitive in it. So however successful you are, there's still benefits from it. This, I guess, is what I'm alluding to. Well, one thing we started out, and I should have made some notes here when we wanted to end up this morning. We started out actually when Anna was introducing herself, she actually alluded to my next question. That is talking about what your supervised agriculture experience is. And I think Dominic might mention a bit of his, but I want to start back with Hannah because she said she has her own business. Tell us what you do as part of your supervised agriculture experience.
Last year when I joined FFA, Ms. Johnson was like, you need a supervised agricultural experience. I was like, okay. So I went home. I was like, what can I do? And I was like, I will do plant production. So through my plant production, I have started and grown and propagated over 500 plants and have sold over 500 plants. I do the farmer markets here in Salem. I do the Smith Valley barn events. And then this summer, we will probably be going out to Echo Bluff on Fridays to start selling there too.
Oh, now do you have a greenhouse?
Yes.
You do. Well, now, does your business have a name?
FFA Houseplants by Hannah.
Okay. That's cool. I like that very much. All right. Somebody else, their SAE.
Mine is just helping around the family farm, what little bits needed here and there, and helping work cattle mostly.
Okay. Nathan?
Mine is working on the family farm as well, Barnett's Farms. I help fix fence, work cattle, go to sales with them, help them with just things around the farm that my
Okay.
grandpa might not be able to do, and
Right.
my uncle doesn't have the time to do.
Mm-hmm. Look at you.
Mine is breeding and selling coon dogs.
All right. Something we did years ago when I started teaching, nobody ever heard of having dogs as part of an SAE. But students do have that. We're not talking about pet dogs. We're talking about just exactly what Dominic said, breeding and raising a type of dog, either for the companion industry or, like in his case, actual performance dogs, hunting dogs. Okay?
My SAE is helping my dad out with his construction business. I've helped him build houses, remodel houses, put floors in houses. I mean, it's something helping my dad because he only has two hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like most of us, that's true. Very true. Let's talk a little bit about what your future plans are. And that's kind of where we're going to wind down, is what's your future plans? I mean, I know we got a senior here. Two seniors, forgive me, Hannah. What's your future plans? Whoever wants to start.
My future plan is to, I was actually thinking about here recently starting to take over the family farm because my grandpa Ben is getting up there in age and moving around for him ain't becoming so easy anymore. So I've been helping a lot more here recently, and I'm thinking that I want to do that as a career in life.
Okay.
My future plans is doing heavy equipment operation for the union. So I'm going to go up there to the union school in Jefferson City, and it's a 3-year program. And you're in the classroom for about 3 weeks, and then the rest of the time you're on the job. So.
Okay. Good plans.
My future plan is actually the same thing as Nathan's. I want to do heavy equipment operation.
Okay.
My future plans are, after high school, I want to go up to State Tech and go to do their 1-year program for heavy equipment operations, and I don't know, maybe find a job somewhere, because they have job offers all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Go find another job somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good one.
My future plans are either welding or heavy equipment operations up at State Tech, but if I can't, I am wanting to go to Capital for construction at the Ozarks.
I got you. State Tech's a good one, guys. I know from personal experiences, and but it's like anything else. You're going to get out of education what you put into it, wherever you go, whether it's State Tech or some on-the-job training, whatever it happens to be. All right, we're about to wind this group down, and I'm going to ask Hannah if she would one more time to read through the list of sponsors. This is not the entire list. In fact, I need to check with Melba how many sponsors we have of FFA Day on KSMO, but this is just a segment or a portion of the sponsors that we want to share during this segment of our presentation this morning. So, if you would.
Robert and Judson's Lumber Company, Dent County Farm Supply, Town and Country Bank, Intercounty Electric Corporation, Guard Truck and Equipment, Salem Memorial Hospital, Hubs Tire Center, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Salem Memorial Family Medical Clinic.
Anything anyone wants to add before we sign off this particular group?
It's been a wonderful experience.
All right, Donna. Thank you. You guys have done well. I know the first session of the day is kind of hard to get rolling and started, but you did well, and I thank you. With that, we do want to definitely thank all the sponsors that make FFA Day on KSMO possible. And with that, I'm going to send it back to Stan. Stan, take it away.